Pawn Stars has been rocking the television screen for almost a decade now. The show premiered on July 19, 2009 and has aired 15 seasons. In these years, we've seen a lot of bizarre and antique items that are brought in for pawning. The Harrisons have owned gold and silver pawn shops since 1989, and it's already a complicated business to manage. So when cameras are rolling, it's challenging to run the regular business and appear on TV at the same time. On top of that, there are inflexible decrees that the cast of Pawn Stars must follow. Let's take a look at the crazy restrictions that the Harrisons must obey. But before we begin, take some time to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to be a part of our family. Number 1. Cheese! Among the set of strict rules set forward by the state, the pawners must keep a record of all the transactions and details of their clients. This may look like a normal requirement, but there's one strange but mandatory rule that they must follow. Along with writing down all the information of their clients, they're also obliged to take a photo of their clients. Number 2. Can't choose the items. Viewers of the show might notice that the customers are just drifting in the shop with items in their hands. However, this is not the case. Keeping the cameras rolling for every customer is very costly and meddling. Due to this reason, management vets the items before they're brought to the shop owners. During workdays, the store apprentices select an item and show them to production. Then the clients will again be called to do the same thing again, but this time with cameras recording their activities. After all this, the cast doesn't have a say in what to show on television. Number 3. Show up for work. Even though the cast members of the show have their other businesses which they have to take care of, they still have to show up in the pawn shop from Monday to Friday. The shop owner, Rick Harrison, runs a bar and a shopping mall near the legendary gold and silver pawn shop. His co-worker, Chumlee, manages a candy store and also DJs in different locations around Las Vegas. Number 4. Embarrassing punishments. One thing that all the employees in the shop have to follow is not to buy the items they can't sell. If this happens, they must endure some very embarrassing punishments. This was demonstrated in one of the episodes when Corey bought an Evel Knievel pinball machine for an amount more than he could sell it for. So he was given the task of setting up the machine for customers and was entrusted with the task of emptying the quarter box after each shift. Number 5. Have to buy unnecessary stuff. Sometimes the shop owners have to buy stuff they don't need and that they don't want. All items brought into the shop have a different kind of backstory, and they're not so sure what people are willing to pay for it. So, the executive producer of the show, Brent Montgomery, convinced the owners to buy items which they usually wouldn't. This way, the show would not just be focusing on the objects with interesting background stories. Number 6. Can't pawn firearms. The pawn shop holds a lot of firearms, but not one of those weapons were made after 1898. The fans of the show might be surprised to know that the shop doesn't have a federal firearms license, restricting them on pawning firearms. In one of his books, License to Pawn, Rick Harrison talks about his father, Richard Harrison, and an incident which made their shop ineligible to trade firearms. Apparently, Richard Benjamin stole a car in his youth, rendering him ineligible to get a firearms license. Rick also explained that dealing with firearms is very tiresome, as it involves intense paperwork and background checks. Number 7. Report to the cops. Pawning business is not only centered on negotiating the prices with customers and learning the backstory of the item. It also involves a lot of paperwork with police. They have to write down all the activities and transactions and submit it to the police every day. Which of the rules above make absolutely no sense to you? Let us know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, leave us a thumbs up, and if you loved it, subscribe to our channel for more great content.